Hey guys, hello, we keep it dirty off-road. Today I'm here with Richard with Fabworks to take a look at his third brake light. In this video, we're going to cover all the installation, my thoughts on it, and then how to get one. This is Richard with Fabworks, guys. We met him when we were doing a lot of our custom center console stuff for my Gen1 Raptor. We know you as a guy that does laser cutting, and you're amazing, dude, because every shop I talked to had a 6-week lead time just to get laser cuts. With you, I just gave you a file. Within a few days, you already had it for me. It was awesome.
I try to nail that quick turnaround.
You're in the Temecula area, you want to get anything laser cut, he's your man. He turns it around in a few days. There's no minimum orders. Freaking amazing. Now, you don't just do laser cutting though, right? I've noticed in your shop, you always have UTVs and you're getting into the Raptors too. So what else do you do here?
Started in the UTV industry, building cages about 16, 17 years ago. That's been the main focus. Now we're trying to reach multiple markets, get into the truck market. The Raptors being my favorite, so that's kind of where we started.
And you started with the best one, the Gen 1.
I had to get the V8. That's, my thing, but...
And the Raptor R prices are crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't justify the markup. Maybe soon, but not yet. So we're trying to nail all the bolt-in products, the easy stuff that everybody needs just to get out on the trail.
And if you haven't heard of Richard in Fabworks, he's got a lot of cool, great ideas. Like if you decided to save some money and go with the Badlands jack, he has a really great mount. He's got some of the coolest tire racks on the market for the bed of these trucks. You have them for the Gen 1 and the Gen 2, right?
Yeah, 2 and 3 are the same, so anything 2 will fit the 3.
And it's really simple setups for the guys that want something that's a little bit lower profile, for the guy that uses his truck for more than just off-roading. He's got some really great solutions for you guys that we're going to show in this video. But the main thing we wanted to highlight here is another option for the third brake light. You guys have heard us talk about this a lot. Third brake lights are important, so you have dust lights when you're on the trail so you're not running into each other. A lot of the third brake light options on the market are super expensive. I think the one that everybody knows, it's a 2-letter name, is like over $900. It can be up to an 8-month wait time. The guy has the worst customer service, and you guys have complained about him quite a bit to me. So we wanted to offer you guys a low-cost solution, and you came up with a really cool solution here for yours that's not too expensive, right? So kind of give me an overview of what the solution is.
And it's a complete replacement for the factory third brake light. It's 100% plug and play in the sense of the factory lights working with the factory plug. It's a plug and play, no drilling. We supply the hardware, it bolts right on. It gives you your red running lights, your red brake lights, and a cargo light with the option to add S2s as your chase light.
The way you have this set up, the red lights and the cargo light, those are all integrated, right? Those come with the kit?
Yeah, that's included with the mount.
And then you pick the type of S2 lights that you want, right? Because there's a ton of options out there. And then ideally, you want to go with something that's kind of either a wide pattern or something that's hyper-focused, right? Depending on what you're doing. What option do we have on this one?
This one's the S2 Sport with the combo lens. I want a little bit more penetration, as some wide throw for a backup light if I need it.
And that is a perfect option. We tried to take some video of it, and even the cameras are having a hard time with it because they're so bright. And Baja Designs, S2s, some of the best lights on the market. So let's go ahead and get this system installed, and then we'll back to give you guys my thoughts on it. First, we need to remove the stock brake light. Removal is very easy. The light is held in by 2 screws. Using the Phillips head screwdriver, remove the screws. Carefully remove the light and disconnect the harness. There are 3 connections, 2 twist-off connections for the bulbs and a clip connection for the LEDs. Next, we need to go inside and partially pull down the headliner. The headliner is held in by 2 push pins. Remove the pins and pull down the headliner to access the third brake light harness. Make sure you open the sliding rear window to access the cable from the bed. It's in there a little bit and you have to disconnect it blind, and best to do it from the bed. The new light will plug directly into the factory plugs to make the installation easier. Now we need to prep the third brake light. The kit comes with the brake and cargo LEDs pre-installed. You will need to order the S2s that you want for your kit. We recommend the S2 Sports with the driving combo amber lens. You don't need the surface mount kit. The standard lights will work fine here. You just have to remove the stock covers and install them onto the Grove third brake light. The kit also comes with replacement hardware, new bolts and clip nuts for a stronger hold, and the light is plug and play with the old factory harness to enable the brake light and cargo lights. You will need to do some wiring here for the S2s, that we will cover here shortly. To install, we first need to remove the old clip nuts and replace them with hardware from the kit. Next, carefully guide the cabling through the small hole in the cab. Hole is small, so make sure you feed each connector harness one at a time and then pull them through from above the headlight. Make sure you pull the cables through and then align the third brake light and install the provided screws and tighten with a 5/32 Allen. Now you can plug in the harness. Make sure the harness release tab is facing towards the front of the truck. Angle it from the bottom and then snap it into place. This part takes some time though. You have to do it blind and one-handed. Just be patient, and having someone with small hands can really help here.
Oh, here it is. Here.
Before you close everything up, make sure everything works by locking and unlocking the truck. You want to make sure that all three brake lights and the single cargo light work.
To run the power for the S2s, you can run the factory S2 harness that comes with it from Baja Designs, and you'll have two power and grounds that go all the way up to the S2s. I preferred to take one and wire it off to give me both off the same, because they're low amp draw. It's plenty of wire for it, and it makes wiring a little simpler. I don't have to run two wires through everything.
And that's a Y on both power and ground.
Yeah, so there's only one power and ground in here. It splits them into the two here.
Now you can leverage a harness that comes with the Baja Design lights, but you will find that it's a little bit short. That's why we recommend sending a single line with a Y at the end. Just split the two cables that comes with the lights and splice the excess cables together. Alternately, Grove Fabworks will be selling a harness you can purchase to avoid all the cutting and splitting. And now you're gonna go ahead and complete the connections, but once you get the connections completed, we'll go ahead and show you guys how the actual wire was run, and it's actually relatively simple.
Yeah, you're just gonna pull those S2 connections down a little further from that hole in the top of the truck. And you got both of them. Now those are done. There's a foam block on the back of the headliner, right about here. I like to put the wire past it. Well, actually the foam block goes all the way around this hole.
Yep.
So I'm able to tuck the wire up beyond it, so that when I put that pin in, it keeps that wire up in there.
Reinstall the headliner pins back into place, and then you're going to want to send the wires down the C-pillar on the passenger side. You don't need to remove the C-pillar trim. There's enough play between the headliner and the trim for the cables to pass through, and then remove the door rubber trim to run the cables all the way down the floor. The built-in Ford upfitter switch connections are above the fuse box in the cab on the passenger side.
And you're gonna pull off this trim panel.
You're being awful nice to it. You can do that by hand. Yeah. Obviously you'll break it, but
I like to pry right at the little clip, so I'm not...
It's not a bad idea, because those do break really easy.
Yeah. But all you're doing is prying right at these clips, so you're not ripping them off. The first time you do it, there's a wire harness clipped onto these you gotta pop off too.
Follow the stock harness to run the power cables all the way to the front. You don't need to remove the B-pillar. Just use a pull string, cable tape, or fiberglass rod to push the cables through. Don't forget to reinstall your door gaskets before moving to the front.
Yeah, then we're gonna pull this one out so we can finish getting the wire all the way up underneath the dash to tie into the aux switches. And the wire can just tuck down in there next to the other one.
Next, we need to remove the side panels from the dash, remove the floor mats, remove the fuse box panel under the dash, partially pull out the door gasket, pop off the fuse box trim, and then finally drop the glove box. Above the fuse box is where the upfitter switch pass-through wires are located. There are 4 pass-through wires here and easily identifiable because they have shrink wrap ends. Make sure you check your owner's manual to wire to your desired switches. Just keep in mind that each switch has an amp rating. S2s only draw about 1 amp each, with the S2 Pros drawing about 2 amps each. So you can really install on any upfitter switches. The upfitter switches go from 5 amps to 20 amps. Before you close everything up, make sure you test the lights. Install, I think, was super easy, man. You made that product really easy to install. I mean, even with filming, it took us 45 minutes to do it. It was super easy. What's gonna take you the longest really is running the S2 cables. But everything else, from taking out the bolts to the stock harness, you can probably get that done in 15, 20 minutes max. Really cool install. So I know a lot of you guys are nervous about running these lights because of the process of taking the light off and all that stuff. And this was super easy, went on quick. The gasket looks like pretty solid, so it's not gonna leak. And it's all no drill, same into the stock bolt holes. Now, this was an early prototype. The production lines can be ordered with an antenna mount. Basically, they will come with the hole on top that can accept the standard NMO mount that comes with the rugged or PCI race radio kits. Now, you're gonna be working on Gen 2 and Gen 3 versions of this, right?
Yeah, those are coming soon.
For you guys that are on the Gen 2 and Gen 3, if you're looking for a low-cost option, this is your answer, because the base light with the LEDs and the base harness, how much does that cost?
$259.99.
And that's probably one of the best deals in the market right now. When you add the S2s, what? How much cost does the S2s add?
I think it's like $170, $180 for the sports, for the pair.
We'll look up the price here, put it on here. But overall, your solution, you're looking at about $500 all in to get a third brake light option, which is substantially cheaper than anything else on the market right now. So if you guys want to get one, go to Fabworks' website. He has them listed. Thanks, Richard, for showing us the light mat and letting us use your shop for a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you guys got any questions, comments below, make sure you guys subscribe to Fabworks. He's got a lot of cool stuff coming out, especially if you're a Gen 1 fan. He's got a lot of stuff coming out for that. And thanks, guys, for watching.
Thank you.